You may be seated. Isn't it nice that the rain washed us clean as we arrived today? We could all use that for sure. We're so grateful that you are here for our ecclesiastical graduation. And we're going to start off right away with an invocation by our own Reverend Zamira Jazwerska.
So I invite you to just close your eyes and to join me in this sacred space right here as we gather together in so much joy and so much celebration today, acknowledging the infinite presence of Spirit right here, right in the midst of us right here. And as we gather together, we honor these graduates who have heard the deeper call of the divine within them, and they have answered with a sacred yes. And recognizing that infinite spirit that moves in, through, and as each one of us, I absolutely know that today is not only a celebration of a completion, but it is a consecration of a new beginning. And so I give thanks for the inner light that has guided each one of these graduates. As they step forward, we honor their sacred yes as they begin ministry or as they step into spiritual leadership today. I give thanks for each one of them. I also give thanks for each of their guides, for all those that walked with them on this path, whether it be family members, spouses, or those that are in the ethereal world. I give thanks for that guidance. And so I know that as we celebrate each one of them, that they move forward in this illumination, and they move forward with such grace and with a sense of the joyful heart that brought them here in the first place. May today be a sense of awakening, a sense of blessing, knowing that we gather to celebrate the God within us and through each one of us. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Zamira. We are grateful for all of you who are present, and we have a wonderful group of leaders called our Board of Trustees who are so powerful and so wonderful, so visionary, and the president of our Board of Trustees is going to come forward to welcome you all officially. Please welcome Mr. Steve Drury.
Steve. Yay, all right. So good evening, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Mile High Church, raise your hand if you got a little wet on the way in. Okay, raise both hands if you got a lot wet. Yeah. I was looking at a guy back there named Mark who's soaked, so yeah. But we came anyway, right? Because this is a special event in a special facility, a special sacred place. So this sacred space and this sacred event. So I welcome you to this Ecclesiastical Studies graduation ceremony tonight. It's one of my favorite events. I remember being in a seat. I remember my wife graduating as a practitioner, and so it brings back some great memories. And so tonight we will be graduating 11 new practitioners. Give it up for the 11 new practitioners. And 2 master's degree students, and 8 ministerial graduates will be honored with degrees and certificates of the Consciousness Studies program. Those are to be awarded by the Holmes Institute and the School of Spiritual Leadership of the Denver region. Thank you for being here, and enjoy this special and sacred event.
Take away my doubts, they only weigh me down. hide all my don'ts and won'ts so they can't be found. Now bottle up my fear and throw it into the sea. And if by chance one day it floats back to me, I'll just laugh out loud and say here and now, I do to love that knows no reservation. I do to will that knows no hesitation. I do to a choice with no expectation. Oh, I used to say don't, but now I do. Well, I do. Yes, I do. Take away this life I thought was safe and sound, and loosen up these ties that only kept me bound. Shred all my limitations and all my beliefs. Let the confetti fall into the streets. This is my parade, yeah, my time to proclaim. I do to love that knows no reservation. And I do to will that knows no hesitation. And I do to choice with no expectation. Oh, I used to say don't, but now I do. Yes, I do. Ooh, I used to say don't, but right here I do, I do, I do. And I do to a love that knows no reservation. And I do to a will that knows no hesitation. And I do to a choice with no expectation. I do to a dream that knows no limitation. I do to a force that knows no gravitation. And I do to a high with no intoxication. No, I used to say don't, but now I do. I do, I do, I do. I used to say don't, but now I do. I do, Spirit. I do. I do.
Thank you. Grateful to Laura Berman, to Tom Litch, and to Rob Lowe for being our musical talent tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Beautiful. I would like to do some introductions, starting first with the ministers who are present at our graduation today, starting with those of us on the platform. I'm Reverend Dr. Michelle Madrona, I almost forgot my name, right? Lead minister here at Mile High Church and also the Dean and Director of the School of Spiritual Leadership, Denver Region. And I am joined by Reverend Josh Reeves, co-lead minister here at Mile High Church also, and one of our esteemed instructors in the School of Ministry. I know he's a favorite instructor in the School of Ministry, as well as an instructor in our educational program for all of our courses, including our practitioner students who are graduating tonight. And I would like to also introduce all of the rest of our Centers for Spiritual Living ministers who are present this evening, some of whom are also instructors for us in the School of Spiritual Leadership and have taught these students in other classes here at Mile High Church. Please stand as I read your name and remain standing, and I ask that you hold your applause until I've introduced all of them. So we're going to start with Reverend Christine Renee Monks. Reverend Elzia Sekou, Senior Minister at CSL Denver. Reverend Jen Wild, Palmer Lake, Colorado. Reverend Christina Jones, Senior Minister and founder of Divine Feminine Evolution and Spiritual Director for Althea Center for Engaged Spirituality. Reverend Dr. Barry Ebert, Minister Emeritus here at Mile High Church. Reverend Kay Johnson, our Healing Ministry here at Mile High Church. Reverend Casey Fight, our Spiritual Practices Minister here at Mile High Church. Reverend Steve Kinsfather, Special Focus Minister at Mile High Church, and also the Senior Minister of Vessel of Spirit. Reverend Zamira Jazworska, whom you've already met, Associate Minister, Mile High Church. Reverend Jackie Harris, Associate Minister, Mile High Church. Reverend Carol Wilkie, Associate Minister, Mile High Church. Reverend Dr. Patty Lukenbach, Associate Minister, Mile High Church. Did I get every minister introduced? Thank you so much for being here and for all of your ongoing support. I'd like to invite, are there any professors or teachers from our School of Ministry who are here that did not get introduced yet? I think most of them are ministers, so I think we got most of them. And we'd like to invite the current students of the Denver region of School of Spiritual Leadership who are working toward their degrees in ministerial service. Would you all stand to be acknowledged? Do we have more of them here already? Okay, I think I have a couple of them working out in the lobby. I'd like to acknowledge our registrars for all of our educational programs here at Mile High Church and for our School of Ministry and for our Centers for Spiritual Living. We have wonderful registrars who support us, and so I'd like to acknowledge Lisa Berquist. Would you please stand? I thought she would be here. Okay. Dar Herfert from Centers for Spiritual Living. Yay. Thank you, Dar. And Jennifer Severance, our regional registrar for School of Ministry. And our spiritual path of unfoldment is also about ministers becoming practitioners first. And so I'd like to invite Reverend Carol Wilkie and some of our guest ministers to come forward to read our Declaration of Principles.
What We Believe by Ernest Holmes originated as a concise summary of the core metaphysical and spiritual principles articulated in his seminal work, The Science of Mind. Its regular publication in Science of Mind magazine from its inception in 1927 onwards cemented its place as a foundational statement for religious science and continues to serve as a key expression of its core tenets for practitioners worldwide. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. We believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in us, and that all people are incarnations of this one Spirit.
We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuation of the soul, forever and ever expanding. We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it, to make that sure. We believe that the ultimate goal of life is to be completely free from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be obtained by all.
We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. We believe that universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by the creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thought and acts upon it.
We believe in the healing of the sick through the power of this mind. We believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. We believe in the eternal goodness and the eternal loving kindness and the eternal givingness of life to all. We believe in our soul, our own spirit, our own destiny, for we understand that our life is God.
Everything beneath the sun breathes like a harmonium. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May the grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content. Ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. Let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now, God in all I have found. Oh God, let me know Oh, how you astound me with your grace. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Laura. Thank you, Rob. How about our practitioner graduates? I'm so proud of you. How about our Holmes Institute Master's Degree awardees? Andrew and Cheryl, congratulations. And these, and I mean it, incredible, loving, grounded, transformational ministers that we are celebrating today. Think of all the classes, all the books, all the wacky homework assignments that weren't explained clearly enough and you got back with red pen on them. All of the guided meditations, the rocks and the rivers and the streams and the lotuses, the spirit totem animals. You get to put all of the tests, capstones. What is that supposed to mean? All of it that you've accomplished, all of the stuff to get into this heart of ministry. And what I want to acknowledge in each of you this evening is your incredible yes. Your incredible yes to serve a cause greater than yourself by committing your own being to daily spiritual practice, knowing that by doing so, your own individual needs will be met and provided for, and you will live a life of adventure, hand in hand with the divine within you, a journey of one as many, right? It's an incredible feat. And when you're talking about being in ministerial school, people think, okay, well, you're going to like a trade school and you're going to take some classes and you're going to do that. It's much more than that. And it's not a one-time yes. It's a yes that we sometimes have to say many times a day, right? To step into that ministerial service, because the whole process is this kind of initiation. Your whole life becomes your curriculum. And the Spirit, the guidance of your yes begins to initiate you outside of a life of mundaneness, out of the mundane and into the transformational. And it's hard because sometimes there's some things in the mundane that are really cool, like sleeping in on Sunday mornings. Like making money just for the sake of making money. Like not having to talk to the customer service agent grounded in some sort of unconditional love. Being able to comment on your cousin's crazy Facebook post. There's all these things in ministry that we kind of give up as we're initiated into this greater way of being where we put our spiritual life first, and by doing so, it opens us up to being a transformational presence for other people. I can't think of a greater calling or a more fun adventure than the one that you have said yes to and that you're embarking on. And the key, more important than anything, is to remember that you're not alone. To remember you're not alone. Ministry is broad. Ministry in Centers for Spiritual Living is super broad. I like something that Steve Martin said in his memoir about being a stand-up comedian called Born Standing Up. He said, "Despite a lack of natural ability, I did have the one element necessary to all early creativity, naivete. That fabulous quality that keeps you from knowing just how unsuited you are for what you are about to do." And if you think of ministry in terms of something that you're doing on your own, you're going to need a lot of that naivete. But if you remember, and please remember this, that you are never alone, that the solitude that you've cultivated is not in isolation. It's that remembrance that there is a spirit that is always with you, partnering in your craft. You are never alone. And when you feel like you are struggling, it is because you've convinced yourself that you are alone, and you never are. Think of these folks that are sitting around you. Think of those of us who have had the pleasure of being a part of teaching you on your journey. We are all here lifting you up. And we as ministers, we burn out in isolation. But when we find that solitude, it gives us all the inspiration for the adventures and the pitfalls and the trials and tribulations ahead on this exciting adventure. You've heard me say, and they say in Centers for Spiritual Living, believe it or not, that the average life of a minister is how many years? 5 years. That's like the butterfly. Whoop, whoop, pump. It could be that it's because so many people in our denomination enter ministry on their third or fourth career, right? That they don't intend to do it. But I think we all know the real answer is burnout. The real answer is burnout. And so I want to share with you, if you are only interested in serving as a minister for 5 years, some things that you can do to make sure you will burn out in that time. And the first, and here's the most important thing, if you want to burn out in 5 years, try to be a minister by being someone that you are not. Do your best to be someone that you're not. Think about, who does that person want me to be? Think about, how does that congregation want me to look? What kind of ministers does that board of trustees want me to be? And work your hardest to be who you are not in order to try to please all of them, especially when you're in front giving a vulnerable, transparent sermon. And you will be sure to burn out so quickly under the weight and the pressure of not being yourself. I want you, and I'm serious about this, to make 2 promises to me and to all of us here today. The first is to never, right now, commit to never being someone who you are not, to being fully and completely who you are. People may not get it at first. It took some of you a little time to warm up to me. Some of you are still warming. But eventually, when you're able to embrace your flaws, to admit them, you begin to emit that healing presence and power that not only is going to endear people to you, but it's going to be the very example that helps people heal and transform their lives, just by you being you. So that's promise number 1. Promise number 2, surrender right now any idea of being a perfect person. Let it go. Take it outside and kick it like Lucy puts it in front of Charlie Brown. Surrender the idea of being a perfect person, because people will adore you not for your perfection, but because you aren't perfect. Because you've committed yourself to a spiritual life, and you struggle, and you have neuroses, and you have aspirations that are unfulfilled, and you have guiding stars that you're still following, and the light seems to dim sometimes, and fights with your spouse, and all of these types of things. And that's wonderful. That's called material. That's one of the wonderful things about being minister. Something bad happened to me today. I get to give a sermon about it. It's all good material. Never pretend to be someone that you're not, and surrender the idea of yourself as a perfect person, and you will thrive as ministers. You are also unique. You are all so incredibly powerful. Fran, you are vitamin C for Science of Mind. I am so excited to see your groundedness and your discernment. Not only is she incredibly kind, but she can smell BS from a mile away. These skills will serve you well. Ron, your balance of head and heart shows up as the compassionate male and a transformational minister. Just by being you, just by showing up, the consistency of you being who you are is a healing and inspiring presence for others. Rama, your groundedness inspires me. Your playfulness uplifts me. You bring such professionalism. We had Daniel Nabon here a couple weeks ago and was honoring you cleaning and dusting the piano. And it's that recognition that you know that God is in the details. And your ability to see those details in yourself and inspire others is going to make you an incredible minister. Shirley, your enthusiasm is contagious. I could listen to you talk about the science of mind and the difference that it makes in yours and others' life all day. Never lose that enthusiasm. Continue to nurture it, even if you're saying the same things all the time, and it's going to build so much momentum. Joan, when I think of you, I just think of a fierce love. Steadfast, transformational, not a warm and fuzzy, sweet love. I know that's there, but look you in the eye and kick your butt if I need to, if you have forgotten what a precious child of God that you are. And that is what so many of us need, to know we're enough, to be reminded of that. And that's who you are to me as a minister. And I'm so excited at all the people that you'll serve. Dodie, you bring such environments of intimacy and such a depth of the understanding of love that your ability to hold space for creativity, for people to find themselves, for you to perform and be yourself is such an inspiring thing to see and watch, and you bring that to everything that you do. Sherry, do I have that right? I know you from Adam, but I think you're super cool. And I know that your commitment to Spirit will continue to inspire people. I'm so sorry I did not get the pleasure of having you in any classes. Trixie, you have this tender heart that demands constant care and guidance, but how it shows up in such a vulnerable way in the way that you serve others with professionalism, with commitment, with creating environments, and your love of this teaching just shows in everything that you express. I'm so excited to see all the wonderful things that you do. Aren't these folks incredible? And they're demonstrations for this movement, and I'll get to that in a little bit, of how important you are to the science of mind and spirit at this time in this era. The second thing you can do, however, if you only want to do this for 5 years, if you only want to be a minister for 5 years, lead with control instead of trust. Most congregations love to feel like they're existing in a police state. And it's a funny thing, ministry, when you're a spiritual leader, because one, it's not a democracy. It's not a democracy. It's your job to listen and take everyone's feedback, but you've got to make really important decisions, because guess what? You're going to be held accountable for those decisions. At the same time, it's not a dictatorship. Too many ministers, and would you believe that some of us ministers have big egos? That some of us are a little bit possessive? That some of us think incredibly highly of ourselves, and we get caught in this ego trip where we think our congregations and our churches are reflections of ourselves. Nothing could be further from the truth. And when we think that they're a reflection of us, we start to use this thing called control, because we start seeing everything as reflecting back on us. The music's not good that day, we take it personally. Someone's not here on Sunday, we're more focused on who's not in the seats than on who is in the seats. And all of a sudden, we're in this major ego trip, which is going to lead to burning out, the realization that we're not in control, as much as we like to assume we are. You're totally, Charlie's right back there. And we want to go back to those mundane things. I might as well be working in corporate America if I'm going to be leading this way. Trust, however, is that recognition that we as spiritual leaders are the reflection of our congregations. that we are their representative, that we are here not to think just like them, but to honor their point of view, because we teach people not what to think, but how to think. And the greatest honor in your life will be to represent the wisdom, the steadfastness, the wholeness of the people who come and see you speak and come and take your classes. And when you can lead with trust, things begin to flow, and you realize you're not in a place of isolated control, but you're a part of something bigger than you are, and things are going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. Lastly, if you want to burn out as a minister, make your way of life a reflection of your way of work. Ministry is tricky because in it we mean two things. One is ministry is a job. You all want a job, right? In some way, shape, or form. And it's awesome to have a job as a minister. But essentially, ministry is a way of life. And when the work is a demonstration of the way of life, you're in congruence. You're in alignment. You're in flow. No matter what the challenges are before you in your job, you're going to have, Spirit's going to have your back. You're going to feel sincere, and even if there's failure taking place, you will know you have done the absolute best that you can. But when we begin to see our way of life as a reflection of the hard work, we want to escape. We want to unplug. We no longer feel sincere because we've given up on our spiritual practices. The very thing that gave us light has now dimmed us, and we feel dark and alone and stuck. This is the number one reason why people exit the ministry, especially early. In Zen Flesh, Zen Bones, which Rama got as a graduation gift, it says, a student of Tendai, a philosophical school of Buddhism, came to the Zen abode of Gazan as a pupil. When he was departing a few years later, Gazan warned him, studying the truth speculatively is useful as a way of collecting preaching material. But remember that unless you meditate constantly, your light of truth may go out. Never cut that meditation short. Never cut that prayer time short. Get back to it later if you need to. But you will be a great minister because you took care of yourself. Because your spiritual life came first. Because you put God first so that you can help put everybody else first. And hopefully your needs meet in the middle. Always put that life first. I believe that this time in history is the most difficult time to be a minister. I really do. We look at the politics of othering in our country and in other areas, and we are often meeting to a crowd where we're supposed to be celebrating oneness, and there's division on their way in the door. We live in a time of media sensationalism. We live in a time of declining church attendance. We live in a time where people don't bring wallets or checks or cash to put in the offering plate. Everything is transforming so quickly. And in the most wonderful way, I love that you're stepping into ministry because I think that naivete is a good thing, that you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. In the best possible way. But here's what I know about you. You're that vitamin C that our movement needs. You're that new generation of ministries that through prayer and consciousness and the life of this movement, the legacy of the thousands of ministers and practitioners have demonstrated you, because our philosophy in this world needs what is in your heart to bring forward and to teach. So know that you are supported, and know, as I close this message today, how thankful all of us who will be touched by your yes, inspired by your yes, fed and healed by your yes, are for you. I invite you, if you don't mind, to take a moment and stand and look at this crowd that is gathered for here today, or you can turn your head and take a look. And allow all of us here to represent all of those who will be served by you. So many people's faces you will see, so many you will never see, but they represent all the answered prayers, all the epiphanies because of your sincerity, all of the depth of practice and freedom they realize because of what you gave to them. And if you can just join me, let's just hold out our hands, give a little magical love and energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your yes. We may forget to thank you sometimes, but no, we are so very grateful and appreciative of you. And so it is.
To be humble, to be kind. It is the giving of the peace in your mind. To a stranger, to a friend. To give in such a way that has no end. We are love. We are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace. We are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. To be bold and to be brave. It is the thinking that the heart can still be saved. And the darkness can come quick. The dangers in the anger and in the hanging on to it. We are love. We are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace. We are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. And tell me what it is that you see. A world that's full of endless possibilities. And heroes don't look like they used to. They look like you do. We are love. We are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace. We are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other.
It is a privilege to be honoring our 2025 practitioner graduates. They are an incredible group of people, of folks dedicated to their daily spiritual practice and seeing what that does in one's life. I think all the graduates agree with me that none of us would be here without Peggy Wilkins and Lynn Martin. Where are you both? We so love and appreciate your guidance. And on behalf of Lynn and Peggy and all of your teachers, we are so very proud of you. You stuck with your practice. You were open and willing to struggle at times, but you held to your inner truth and you brought forth that light in a way that inspired one another and inspired us as your teachers as well. And now, 2025 practitioner graduates, as I read your name, please come forward, lighting your candle, thus signifying your light in the world, and remain standing as a group. And we will begin with Sherry Clark. Evan Conrad. So very proud of his journey, Mr. Joel Dash. Brennan Flood. Tanya Geiwitz. Kelly Glenn. Jessica Opfer. Eileen Pierce. Romel Reeves. Tiffany Shanzi. You can correct me. Let me get it right. Schnazy. Thank you. Sorry, Tiffany. And Larry Weigel. Isn't this a beautiful looking group of practitioners? I am so grateful to present to you the 2025 practitioner class. Thank you, practitioner graduates. You may blow out your candles and be seated.
What in the world are we all doing here? What do we see when we look in the mirror? 'Cause I'm just looking for something's true. And I believe that I might find it. Maybe I'll find it in you. Just show me where the heart is. Where the heart is, where the heart is. Would you show me where the heart is? Where the heart is, where the heart is. I need to feel right where the heart is. Where the heart is, where the heart is. Just show me where the heart is. Where the heart is, where the heart is. Remember when you felt the sun? Remember how the rain fell down on your skin? Where'd you lose your sense of wonder? Fireworks going off in your head. 'Cause there was a time we were thinking we were flying. We were alive. I wanna feel alive, 'cause I'm just looking for something's true. And I believe that I might find it. Maybe I'll find it in you. Just show me where the heart is. Where the heart is, where the heart is. Would you show me where the heart is? Where the heart is, where the heart is. I need to feel right where the heart is. Where the heart is, where the heart is. Show me where the heart is. Where the heart is, where the heart is. Show me that I'll never grow old. Show me now, for I lose my soul in a world that's so cold, in a world that's gone cold. Just show me where the heart is. Would you show me where the heart is? I need to feel right where the heart is. Just show me where the heart is. Show me where the heart is. Where the heart is, where the heart is. Would you show me where the heart is? Where the heart is, where the heart is. I need to feel right
the heart is, where the heart is.
Just show me where the heart is.
Where the heart is, where the heart is.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Thank you. Well, it's a good thing I've got this official robe on because I now officially declare our educational convocation for the School of Spiritual Leadership, Denver Region, formally open as we get to celebrate our graduates from our school. Part of the journey of our ministerial students' experience is the Holmes Institute. It is the Holmes Institute. It's an online, accredited program that confers the Master of Arts in Consciousness and now the Masters of Wisdom Studies to students. And occasionally a student will complete this portion of the program on their own. This year, we have one student in each one of these programs who is graduating from them. One is a vital part of Mile High Church, and one is from Parker, and we're grateful to get to know her. And so I'd like to call forth, please, Andrew Dose and Carolyn Richardson. Both of them have completed this program that has allowed them to attain through our school a master's degree. Andrew has the Master's of Consciousness Studies, and Carolyn has earned the Master's of Wisdom Studies. And we are going to go ahead and place their master's hoods on them and celebrate them today. As Josh and I do this. Officially, congratulations. Yes, thank you. Thank you both. You may be seated. And now we're going to shift to our ministerial graduates to honor them, and we are going to invite our own Reverend Jackie Harris to come forth and read the call to ministry, excerpts from the call to ministry.
The call to ministry was written by Dr. Ernest Holmes on March 8, 1955. First of all, it would be impossible in our field to be a good leader without being a good practitioner. There's no such thing in our field as a teacher teaching people how to practice unless this teacher knows how to practice for themselves and constantly practices. They can only know what they know by the results they get. Leadership is spiritual leadership. The organizational leadership you can learn about in an organization. Get a good group of intelligent people and let them run it. Your leadership is spiritual leadership. A leadership that can only come automatically as a result of your having had spiritual inward experience. The audience comes to you, and they are hungry to know that there is some intimate relationship you have with the universe. They are hungry to know that as a result of that, something definite will happen out here. Make everything you do the result of your consciousness. Spend much time treating the audience until you know they are healed. No one should be in this work unless they love people. I mean a love of people no matter what they do, what they say, or how they act, because we are all children. We are all hell-bent for heaven just the same. The whole world is looking for something that it will feel safe in, something that at last will not let them down. I think that the ministry in our field is the most profoundly deep, intellectually, philosophically, and psychologically. It has a very deep element of mysticism, which it must impart. Just cold facts will not satisfy them, and just teaching people how to get things will never satisfy them. That's a byproduct. It's another kind of wholeness that people are after. We have to speak as Jesus spoke, and as Abraham Lincoln spoke, and as every great and wise person that ever lived speaks. Every leader in our field has to be healing themselves all the time at our present state of evolution, until that which they do is real, and until the mouth automatically assents what is in the heart.
Each graduate before us today has successfully completed the Holmes Institute distance courses and all the School of Spiritual Leadership Consciousness Study program requirements. This is an intensive training program, usually about 3 years in duration, designed to equip our graduates for the full array of ministerial duties. Each of these graduates has devoted an enormous amount of time, prayer, study, their favorite thing, internships, and resources to this process. This body of work is an amazing accomplishment. And so before I bring the graduates up, I would like to pause and give my deepest gratitude to those who supported our graduates on their journey. So I invite any spouses, partners, family members, or significant others who've championed these graduates through this amazing process to stand so we can acknowledge you for your support. Yes. And I don't know if this happens very often, if it ever has before, but Larry, our practitioner graduate, is married to Trixie, our ministerial graduate. So they're celebrating. We have a couple graduating, right? Isn't that fun? And speaking of Trixie, I'm going to introduce all 8 of our graduates, and they're going to come forward. So Trixie Addison is the first one. Sherry Cunningham, who's Dodie Jackson. Joan James. Shirley Leong. Rama Newton. Ron Trunnell. And Fran Winslow. It has been an honor to be with you all in our graduate studies programs. I know that Sherry is from Florida, and so she didn't go through all of our classes with us, and yet she came for a class here with us, and so and has a long history here at Mile High Church. So she is one of us, and we're grateful to all of you. And we're gonna talk to you a little bit here, Reverend Josh and me. He gets to ask me some questions, and I get to answer them about you, and then you get to answer some questions from me. Okay.
All right, Dr. Michelle, have these students successfully completed the required course of study prescribed by the Centers for Spiritual Living to receive a certificate or the Master of Arts in Consciousness Studies degree?
Yes, they have.
Have these students successfully completed the internship requirements and all other requirements set forth by Holmes Institute, Denver Region?
If they have not, they sure will.
Have these students fulfilled all financial responsibilities to Holmes Institute and Mile High Church?
Yes, they have.
Finally, do these students uphold the consciousness necessary to minister in a religious science church?
They sure do. Now, graduates, I want to ask you these questions. Your image must reflect a depth and breadth of heart and an inner freedom which in turn manifests an ability to feel, to understand, and to express your great desire to serve. Do you, as a minister of religious science, commit yourself to the following ideals? To lead those who look to you for spiritual guidance into an assurance and acceptance of wholeness and well-being.
I do.
To abide by the truth that the kingdom of heaven is within you and within all people.
I do. Yes.
To love humankind, to be generous and unselfish in your love, to respect the freedom and dignity of others, and to be free from fear and superstition.
I do. Yes.
To use compassion and warmth when called upon by those who look to you for the loving example of our teaching and practice. To engage in no activities or conduct involving, this is a fun one, moral turpitude, and to use as a pattern of your conduct the following: whatever you deem commendable in another minister, you shall carefully practice yourself. With equal care, you shall avoid that which you would not commend in another. Make sense? Yes. Okay. To remain steadfast and true to the ideas of religious science. To center your thoughts upon the realization of the divine presence in yourself and in every other person. And lastly, to let the peace of God abide in your heart through love and knowing that your labor is fruitful forever.
Yes.
Wonderful. We are now going to place the graduation hood or stole upon each one of you. Reverend Josh is going to place those on this side, theirs, and I'm going to place you all here. So take a deep breath, because here we come. By the power vested in me through the Centers for Spiritual Living, I confer upon you the degree or certificate of the Masters of Consciousness Studies with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. And you now may take your tassels from one side to the other, reflecting you are graduates. Yay! The students have chosen graduate Rama Newton to come forth and represent them all and to briefly introduce them to us. What happened to your tassel?
Wow. I'm supposed to follow that with Michelle and emotions and the whole thing, huh? This is the life of ministry. I want to start by just thanking my fellow classmates, my friends, for electing me, having me do this. It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you. So we decided on our title, The Journey of the One and the Many, as an important signifier of what this has meant to us to be on this journey. And of course, first and foremost, it's an epic journey to become a minister, to do this and stand before you today, and to tap into the infinite wisdom that is all around at all times. And we know that as we do that, we are the one, and in the one and as the one, we are also the many. And with us are all of you, and all that we will serve as we move forward, as this journey is the unfoldment of the one and the many. And that's just a profound thing. When we step into service, we know that through our leadership, we bring people with us who will do the very same. We've all faced challenges, some the same and some individually, yet we are joined by others. So we are here on this journey of the one and the many. And that's why we're here, so thank you. So now it's my honor to introduce each one of our graduates, as we've already heard, and I get to tell a little bit about what our idea is, and we'll see what Spirit has to unfold further, but our idea in this moment. So I get to start on my right here with Trixie Addison. Trixie is creating a teaching center on the Central Oregon coast, yet she remains open to the other possibilities. Joining her on this creation is her heartmate, who will soon be a licensed now practitioner. Together, they look forward to supporting others on their spiritual journey. And then I move to Sherry Cunningham. Sherry will continue her work at her teaching chapter that was established, CSL First City. She shares that her chapter focuses on recovery, adult children of alcoholics, and the grief processing. From there, we allow, this is what her church, her community does, we allow the community to tell us what they want. What an honor. Dodie Jackson, sweet Dodie. Dodie is passionate about the arts in all forms. She is called to translate this love into a ministry filled with workshops, classes, and projects to support and build community with an intergenerational approach. Yeah. And then we have Joan James. Lovely Joan. Joan's future, this is how succinct she is. Joan's future involves being a pulpit minister, creating a focused ministry around pastoral care. There it is. Shirley Leung. Shirley's vision is to build a thriving community of young families rooted in the science of mind principles through the strategic use of technology, inspiring and equipping them to step into leadership roles with confidence and spiritual understanding. She intends to bring this vision to life with the Center for Spiritual Living in Parker. We're staying on this side just to throw things up. Ron, my friend Ron Trunnell. Ron is calling in co-ministry and social justice focused ministry to support our LGBTQ plus communities. And my friend Fran Winslow. Fran says that she knows that she is destined to be a preacher and a teacher. Her heart is set on a senior minister position, and she is open to the call wherever that may take her. And lastly, myself, I am just so eager to step into the teachings of science of mind. I look forward to be a preacher, teacher, wherever they will have me, and my heart is destined to be right here at Mile High Church where I've been and continue to want to serve in the highest way possible. We are the class of us.
All right, you may be seated, graduates. Thank you so much. I now declare the Educational Convocation of Holmes Institute and School of Spiritual Leadership, Denver Region, formally closed, and we are joined by Reverend Dr. Patty Lukenbach for our benediction.
So just join in with me right now in prayer. This prayer of blessing, giving thanks for this event of consciousness, this event of heart. And may each new practitioner, new minister, all beings present, feel the power of grace and the power of gratitude. So may we walk from this beautiful dome of consciousness with our hearts aglow in celebrating that there's one God, and that God shines so, so brightly through each one of us. Oh, I give thanks. And I declare this into being, and so it is. Amen. So please join us for our recessional, and also we invite you in the lobby. We have wonderful cookies, so please stay for that. Blessings.
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We got a groove. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We got a groove. I know there's many things that held us down. Now it finally looks like things are coming around. I know we got a long, long way to go. Where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting ourselves together, polishing up our act. If you fell down, been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We gotta groove. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We gotta groove. I know you know someone that has a negative eye. If you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. I know they got nowhere to go. If you ask them, they don't know. We won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting ourselves together, polishing up our act. If you fell down, been held down before, no, you refuse to be held down anymore.